Hi, everyone. It's me, Selentia. I'm here, and I'm so excited because today I'm going to be introducing one of the four amazing artists that will be featured on the Big Dreams Project short music film. And I'd like to introduce you to, for many of you, it will be for the first time. For some of you, you already know this beautiful woman, amazing artist. Her name is Jamilah Beautiful Cooper. Jamilah, hi!
Hey,
How you doing? And we played you like the way we played your song at the beginning?
right. It was so
Yes.
cinematic. I love that.
That is my song. I mean, I love this song, and so many people who have heard it, they love it too. But we're going to talk more about that. Let's just move on and talk a little bit about you.
Okay.
And I learned just a little while ago that you were born and raised where?
In Chicago.
In Chicago. Yes, in Chicago. And you now reside in
Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Well, isn't Tuscaloosa, Alabama blessed to have you?
Oh. I didn't say a thing.
No, really, for real, because I wish you were here in Georgia.
Oh, well, I'm not that far away.
No, you're not. You are not. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing. Just first, let's just get right into it because I want to talk about you and choosing your song to be in the film and just find out a little bit about your career as a singer because it can't be just a hobby because you are just an amazing vocalist and writer. So just tell us, when did you start singing and who inspired you to start singing? Just tell us.
Okay, well, I've just always been singing. I come from a family that's really musical. My mother, I've just always admired her singing voice. Like my mom used to, like she would open her mouth and somehow Shaka Khan would fall out. Like it was.
Whoa, I love it. I can see that. I can see that.
Amazing. And my dad, he used to like work in, with a lot of different artists, and he used to work in like music shops and stuff like that. And when he stopped working in those places, a lot of that music came home. So we kind of had like a record shop in our basement. So it was everything. I listened to everything from way before my time to to probably into the future somehow. I don't know, but I just have always loved music. It's always been around me and in me, and I don't have a definite start point of when I started singing. I don't remember ever not singing.
Wow, that's amazing. A lot of people start out really young. So as a little girl, were you one of those little girls who would sing with the hairbrush?
I would, but you know what? It was very limited to that. I was extremely shy when I was little. I did not like to sing in front of people. And I think in retrospect, it's like I really think I was afraid of me. Like I feel like I knew that what I was doing would catch people's attention, but I didn't know what that would lead to. So I kept it.
Well, you certainly have so much power. So I can understand how you had to really, grasp hold of the understanding of how much power you have in your voice. Even as a young child, sometimes we have so much power. I think we don't even realize, that's what it is. We can't label it, but you have a lot of power in your voice. And that's what attracted me to it. It's not just you're an amazing singer. I love the music, but I could just the intimacy and the power and how you relate to whatever you're singing about. It just grabbed me. And that's why I was like, we've got to have her in this project. Because I only knew you from Facebook, right?
Right.
Right. And so I guess you were like, who is this crazy woman asking me to use my song in a film? But that's what I do. I'm sort of like my mother in that respect. I love to find people who are really gifted and talented right there in the community. They aren't what I call us the uncelebrities.
Right. We kind of like the anti-celebrities.
Yeah. But we are the artists. Not
Yeah.
that the celebrities aren't the artists, because they are, some of them in their own right, but we are the artists, in the hood and in the communities.
Yeah.
Who I feel like I've met so many artists who are just as brilliant as the ones who are famous.
Oh, definitely. Or better.
Or better.
Yeah.
Yeah, back me up on that, because I need some backup on that.
Yeah, you're always gonna find that. It's just not everybody can get, into that part of the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes. And I don't think it's meant for everyone.
right. A lot of people don't
Right.
actually even want to be.
Yeah. But some people, though, they need to be noticed. Like when my producer, when we were filming, I was playing your song, and we'll talk about the song, but I was playing your song downtown Atlanta in front of the John Lewis mural. And I have this really loud amplifier, and your song was ringing through the streets of downtown Atlanta.
Oh my God.
I didn't tell you that, did I?
You didn't. I would have cried. Like the
Girl, let me tell you. And with the children there and your song, you're talking about creating a mood and an atmosphere.
Oh my goodness.
My producer was like, who is that? She hadn't heard I sent her the song, and she listened to it and she loved it. But when she heard it like that, she was like, oh my goodness, she should be famous. That song is bad. Who is that? I was like, she is going to be famous, because people are going to see our film and they're going to hear her sing, and she's going to be famous, and we're going to bless the world with this whole project. I'm beating on the table. Let me stop.
So serious.
Get excited. I get excited.
So I do love that. That gave me like a little tingly feeling.
Well, I hope so, because I have so much faith in this project and about who I've been directed and guided to ask to be a part of it. What name do you go by as a singer? Do you go by Jamilah, or do we just call you like Beyonce or like Prince? One Jamilah. Do you go by that? What name do you go by?
I do go by a single name moniker, but it's just beautiful, and it's beautiful with a period. Like you have to have the period.
With a period, as they say. My children said, the first time I put period on a shirt, with a T on the end, my children were like, did you see mom's shirt? It says period.
That would get a kick out of us when we try to be like,
right.
But no, I go by beautiful, and I have to explain this to people a lot, because sometimes it might come off as like me being conceited or something like that. First of all, I do think I'm beautiful, but
you are.
It's not why beautiful is actually my name. My name, Jamilah, means beautiful. It translates to that. So that's what I use in as my musical persona.
Absolutely. So I love it. It's just beautiful, period. That's it. So when you're introduced on stage, or when I put you in the credits of the short music film, I'm going to make sure we put we have Jamilah, beautiful, period, Cooper.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's how it goes. Yeah.
Okay, because I want people to remember that name for sure, for sure. Where have you shared this enormous gift and talent that you? Where are some of the places, or some of your favorite places to share?
Some of my favorite places to share now are just like at church or karaoke. I live for karaoke, but no, I did used to perform a lot. I used to do like a lot of shows, or I'd be parts of different groups at different times, or just be by myself sometimes. I even I used to rap.
Oh no, I love rap. I love
I
rap.
used to be a rapper, honey, because
Yes,
I'm a
girl.
huge hip hop head. Like I used to do all of that, and but I did stop performing. I did stop really like seriously pursuing like trying to get into the music industry because I just found a lot of stuff unsavory about that. You know,
Right.
shady individuals and not knowing who to trust, and not wanting to lose any kind of creative control in that respect. So I made a choice a long time ago to just be to remain independent because I don't know what I'm doing with that, and I'm really not trying to get into something that I don't agree with, or that I don't or any situation where I might be taken advantage of, or
Mhm.
my music doesn't go toward what I intended to, you know, stuff like
Yes, yes.
that.
I
So I
understand.
really don't want to compromise the art in any kind of way, especially not for any kind of profit or
Right.
anything, because that's not what I'm making it for.
Well, that doesn't mean that your music is not going to reach the world,
Right.
because with all things are possible. We know that with God, all things are possible. Do you write your own songs?
I do. I write and I record and mix everything myself. Sometimes though, like if somebody um makes a beat or something that I would like to use, I'll buy it from them, or somebody will give me something. But most of the time I make my own music. And I've been doing that since like 2012, only because like there was one of my very best friends who's now passed. His name was Gavin Simmons, and um, he was like, "Why don't you make your own music?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I don't have a studio or nothing like that." And then he told me, he was like, "Neither do I. You just need a microphone and your computer. Or if you want to, you can go get in the closet or something and make it sound like you're in the booth." I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
Before that, it hadn't even crossed my mind that people can do that, just make their own. Like they don't have to go to the studio or anything like that. If they have the right equipment at their house, just knock it out. So I think that year I had made a whole LP just in my bedroom with a
Fun.
microphone.
Once you figured that thing out, you were having fun, huh? Yes.
And so ever since, whatever I can do, a lot of it is self-taught. And I guess if you could listen to some of the older stuff too now, you could see how it progressed. But I, I like to tell people this story because I want them to know you don't need a whole lot to do this. You don't need a whole lot to express yourself. You just need the very basics and a desire to do it.
I'm
And
telling you,
that's
black
all
people,
you
black women
need.
can do it. Black women can do
Right.
anything
You
they put their mind to do, they can do it.
Right, because you don't have to go broke. You don't have to go broke for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to kill
Right.
yourself trying to do it. And it's anybody can, and anybody who's aspiring, I guess, to create their own music. I just wanted to make sure I say that you can do it, and you can do it affordably, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I'm glad you shared that, because I think that that kind of separates a true artist from a performer. You
Hmm.
know, with my students, I talk to my students and we have discussions about the difference between true artists and performers. And I always tell them that a true artist doesn't always need an audience.
No.
You know, they have a desire and a yearning to do and to share, but they don't always need an audience in front of them to do it. And whatever it takes to get it out, they do what it takes to get it out. If it's in your bedroom, learning a dance in your bedroom, going into the room or closet to record a song. If
I'm
you're a
telling
true,
you,
yeah,
people don't understand their bedroom is like an art factory. Like they don't even know.
right, right,
They don't even know. You're the little room in your
absolutely,
house that don't nobody be in. That you can make all kind of stuff in there. You don't even know, but until you know,
yes,
try.
yes. We had class yesterday with about 17 youth, and it was physically distancing, and we have it in a gym right now because we need to spread out
Right.
their mask and everything. And a few of the girls already knew the choreography. And so they were teaching it to the other young people in groups. And my son said to me at the end of the day, how did they know? How did they learn the dances that fast? I said, in their bedrooms, honey,
Right.
on Zoom,
They're practicing.
recordings. Uh, because he was just amazed at how I said, right at home. That's where they learned. That's where they learned it. And I'm just so thankful that you said that, because you can do more than I don't like to do free advertisement for certain things, but that thing that everyone's doing now, TTT,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm talking about. I'm not even going to say it because I'm not doing. We're talking about beautiful period right now and the Big Dreams Project.
Yeah.
Even though I'm grateful to Facebook that we can post this and YouTube, but you can do other things other than that in your own space.
Yes.
What
You
makes you
can.
an artist? What makes you a true artist? And I think a true artist would listen to her friend as you did and go in the upper room, in the upper room.
That,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a very sacred place. You know
It,
that, right?
yeah.
It is. It's a very sacred place for a true artist. So what's your favorite song that you've written?
My favorite song that I wrote, I want to say was, I was just thinking about it, but then I think my answer has changed. It's a song called "Say It," and "Say It" was also a song that I wrote for um, like the Black Lives Matter movement, but it was around the time that had first initiated.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a song I wrote, and it was very different from other songs that I had wrote, which are usually about myself or my experience, or love songs, things like that. It was one of the first songs that I really wrote for. It was just me pouring out for the world itself. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And it felt very different. It still to this day it just hit different. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that it's still a relevant song is like, oh, there it is. The fact that it's still a relevant song is like, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, that's a problem. But
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
you better get into it. But yeah, I mean, that song was created because the world was having problems that it's still having those same kind of problems, and I'm cool that that makes my song still relevant, but at the same time, it's kind of bittersweet, and it's heartbreaking that I had to make another one. You know?
Yeah. Girl, that song has a nice jam, but the words are still, hey, can I talk to you? I like that. Can you
Yeah.
talk to me? Can we just talk? I mean, this is, ooh, but in a different way. It's,
Right. Like we need to have a conversation. And this is
yes.
all about saying what needs to be said. A lot of the stuff that's going wrong is because people are not opening their mouths and they don't know how to talk to people like they have sense. We don't know just how to talk to each other. We don't know how to
Hmm.
communicate
Hmm.
verbally or otherwise. And that's why stuff is going downhill the way that it is. And we need to have the conversations that lead to the actions that lead to the changes that we're trying to see. Like, but it has
Friend.
to start. it have to start with just saying and say something.
Yes.
Say something. So
I
that's what
knew
that's.
I liked you when I heard your song. That's amazing. I was like, I don't even know this woman. First of all, I saw that you're a friend of mine on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I have met some of the most amazing people on Facebook because I know how to use Facebook. And I saw you posted this song, and the name of the song was Enough. And you mentioned the Black Lives Matter movement. And I said, let me listen to this. And I didn't know you. I don't even know how we became. Maybe we have mutual friends in common.
We did meet in person once before, very briefly, and it was
Where? Oh my gosh.
my cousin Yamina she has
You
she
mean
had
a
a
Childress?
yeah, she had the breakdown and bossed up conference that she had,
Yes,
and
yes.
I came out to the one she had in Atlanta that year, and that's where I met you, and a
Oh,
bunch of other wonderful people. But yeah,
that's where we met.
she is my daddy's brother's baby, so that's my cousin, and I just love her to death.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so
gotta thank her. See, that's how we
yeah,
supposed to hook up. I remember, did we sit at the same table?
I'm actually I don't think we sat at the same table, no, but like I said, I had just met you in passing, like we didn't get to actually like talk or
Right.
anything.
Well, that's how we became Facebook friends.
Right. And I just
Yes.
added everyone that I met just
Right,
planning to
right.
circle back eventually.
You
But
know how we do. But listen,
right,
we're sitting at the same table now because
right.
your song is going to be featured enough. And when I heard this song, you posted the song, I listened to the song, and I was just blown away. I was moved to tears. I felt like I was on my knees in my bedroom. I felt like I was in church. I felt like I was slow dancing. I just, no, really, I felt like I had my head on my husband's chest and just crying for everything that has been going on. Just listening, just enough is enough. This song just moved me, and I'm like, oh, I have got to use this song in our short music film. It's got to be in this film. And I was very selective about the music and the songs that were chosen to be in this short music film. And that one definitely had to be in there because the children needed to feel some of what I felt in their own way, and I'm just so excited. I've been playing it for them in our virtual classes so they can actually we could discuss the song, and they can actually understand why songs like this need to be written. And if they have the desire to write songs, they can write songs because they know. I tell them that you wrote this song. The person who's singing it actually wrote it.
And I like to always stress, and I tell my own kids this because it was Nina Simone actually who said it, that basically, as far as she's concerned, it's an artist's duty to reflect their times. So,
Yes. I
so
started I
and
started to wear my Nina Simone earrings too. I'm
Nina
mad
be
now.
talking about
I
them.
wore my Big Dreams earrings, but I was gonna wear my Nina Simone earrings. Shoot.
I always take that to heart. And when I was writing this song, well, I decided to write this song because at the time I was very angry.
Come
I
on.
had just watched George Floyd be murdered in slow motion in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So it was rage at first.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
then I remembered that, you know what, my contribution to this right now, I have to apply my gifts to contribute to this right now,
Mm-hmm.
not my anger, but my gifts. So I decided to write this song, and it was very easy to write. It was easy to write because I had a lot to say, but it was hard to record because I like you, I was in tears during the recording process.
I can
So I'm like,
You know what? I was
the
gonna
effort
ask you
getting
that because I
recorded.
could tell. I could tell you were in tears, and I felt that thing.
it took forever to get it recorded, but it had to be birthed. So I finally did, complete it. And um I didn't make an actual visual for it. I hadn't even planned on it. I made like a lyric video or something for it, just so everybody could have the words. But um, I hadn't planned on making a visual for it. And so then when you reached out, I was like, "What?"
Yes, and you didn't even have to do anything, but just
Hey, I was
give
like,
me
"That'll
the
be dope."
give us the permission to use the song, which we appreciate, by the way, so much. We really appreciate you giving us permission to use your song, and we do not take that lightly. By you allowing us to use the song, it's really going to help advance what we do for youth in the arts, and we really appreciate you and we honor you for that. A lot of times people don't want to share, and to me it's like what we used to do when we were little. You need to share,
It's Karen.
sharing is caring, and we do appreciate, we don't take it lightly at all. It is a powerful song, and every chance I get to promote you and your music and enough or say it or anything on your YouTube link, on your YouTube page, I'm just ready to share it, because people need to hear artists like you. If there are many, I don't believe there are a whole lot of them, but I love your voice, the sultry voice that you have, the powerful voice that you have. It's so beautiful, and with the music, it's just beautiful. So tell us a little bit more about the film is coming out in the fall. We're still working on editing it and putting it together, and your song was so beautiful. We added some other things to it that we didn't have in initially. So because we started our boys in the performing arts, and we wanted to make sure we got the boys in there, and your song had to be a part of the boys. So we had to make sure that it got in there. So preferably the film should be coming out by the end of the month, or in November, Thanksgiving. It's in God's time. I just wanted to do it this fall so we can move on with some more hope. But listen, tell me about a little about your nonprofit and where we can find your music, and we'll close with that. Tell us about your nonprofit and where we can find your song.
Okay, well, here in Tuscaloosa, where I live, I have a nonprofit here that's primarily for girls, and it's called Worth It. It is worth it, like worth it, but it's all one word.
Yes.
Worth it Inc. Yeah. So, and we just do a lot of workshops and things like that, and we do activities and outreach and um, mentoring, just to help build up the young women in this community and try to help prevent, the types of negative things that they can fall into.
Mhm.
Sometimes we even go into like the detention center when they have girls there and things like that. We
That's awesome.
trying to, it's easy to get the ones that come to you, but I'm trying to focus
Mhm.
on the ones you have to go and get. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes,
So,
yes. You like
so
us. You like to be in the trenches too.
yeah,
The
because
trenches.
I
Yes.
believe I came out of some trenches. You know what I'm saying? And I have
Yes.
that to offer. That qualifies me. You know what I'm saying? We like to
Absolutely.
think we've been through a lot of negative stuff that might disqualify us from being able to tell somebody anything. But
Come
no, the
on.
stuff that I've been through is my qualification to tell you you can overcome that. Like me, look at me, I'm
That,
here. So,
that's it. That's it.
so go get them and you show them that they can be better than whatever is going on. So
Hmm.
that's the main focus of Worth It. But we do a lot of different good stuff, and so we just gave away a couple of monies prizes to a couple of girls for going above and beyond during the pandemic times to help uplift their communities and people and their families and stuff like that. So I do like to try and recognize them when they're doing well. And so we do a lot of initiatives like that. So that's Worth It Inc. We have a website. It's www.worthit.us, not .com.us. We have a Facebook page, Worth It Inc. We have an Instagram. It's at worth it _ girls. And you be having stuff going on, get at us. You know, you want to
Yes.
volunteer, you want to be a worth it coach, which is basically just any woman who wants to work and help out with anything that we're doing with the girls. You can go on the website and sign up for that. You can be anywhere in the country because we're based here in Tuscaloosa, but anybody anywhere in the country can participate. And the music, I do have a YouTube, um, and it's just beautiful. Period. And I have my music can be found also on Spotify, Tidal, any of those major streaming platforms.
That's wonderful. I'm just I'm so thankful for this connection, and I just pray that people listen to this interview with you until the very end, because it's just so nice to talk to someone who is like understands, for once, not just the struggle, but the triumph of being an artist who is uncelebrity, you know, like we say, the
Yeah.
triumph of it, because everybody doesn't have to be famous all over the world, you know, but then you never know, because you keep making music like this, sweetheart.
Look, I'm gonna let it go wherever God wanted to go. That's all I ever, you know, am aiming to do. Like I said, I've never been one big for the spotlight or anything like that.
Yeah, when you said, "What's going on? Mercy, mercy me," I was like, I was,
Oh yeah, because it
yeah,
just all
don't
of
want to
that just
hear
came back
another
to
mother
me.
crying out. I'm like, this is just real stuff here. People need to hear this song, and they will hear it. They're going to hear it in our short music film, which is titled Coping with Quarantine, from Pandemic to Protest, because it's something how all of this happened at the same time, but we know the protest was going on for years and ages and ages. But then on top of it, we had this pandemic come in and this quarantine come in.
And
And
all this is happening to everybody.
yes, it's
Yeah.
happening to everyone. So we want to make sure that we get this out there and be that voice through this beautiful film and be that voice through this beautiful music. It's just been just an honor and a pleasure having you. And is there anything else you want to say before we sign off and I play a little bit of your music signing off? I'm pulling it up here again. Anything you want to say?
Oh, no, I'm just grateful for the opportunity. Thank you for the invitation. And just to anybody who's watching who has any kind of dream whatsoever, go get it. I tell my kids all the time, if there's something you really want and you don't have it, or you're not in the process of getting it, you don't really want it that bad. So if you really
Woo!
want it, you need to get to getting it because it is possible for you. It is possible for you.
It is possible. Yes, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. It's getting dark in
Everybody
my
wants
neck
to
of the
think.
woods.
No, it's well probably because the light behind you maybe got bright in the
It's,
window.
it's too bright.
No, it's just when it brightened up behind you, your face got dark.
Oh,
But
okay.
but yeah,
All right.
it's fine. And everybody watch the film.
Yes, we need everyone. We'll post where they can find the film, and the film is a fundraiser too. Like just like you were, if you were going to go to the movies and see or go to a play and see a play, you'll be able to purchase the film online and watch it. uh we can't do plays now because we can't gather that many people at one time, especially with the children, and we also sometimes have elders come to our place, so we want to be very mindful of that. So we're doing these films, and we really want to raise some funds to do these films with children, do our virtual classes and do the films with children in other states.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Got to branch out.
Branch out, because we have a second one. Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, your song is going to be in 2 films.
I'm sorry?
Your song is going to be in 2 films, because
2?
yes, we recorded your song for the Georgia youth, and then we flew to Maryland and we recorded youth in Maryland. So
Oh.
it's called the Coping with Quarantine series. So the second one is titled Coping with Quarantine, Excel with Big Dreams. Because the
Oh.
name of their school is Excel. They chose the name Excel with Big Dreams, the Big Dreams Project.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, so you'll be in Coping with Quarantine, from pandemic to protest, and then we'll use your song in Coping with Quarantine, Excel with Big Dreams. So far there are 2 films in the series, and your song will be in both films.
Look at God. I like
Look
that.
at them. That was a surprise.
Oh, I love that. I cannot wait to see what these kids are up to. And I would not mind at all any opportunities in the future to talk to the babies. I want to talk to the children
Okay,
and
great.
tell them thank you and stuff like that, because that's I know that's I already know it's going to be beautiful. And
Well, that's going to be our next interview. Our next thing we film, when you talk to the babies, because you know we can make that happen.
yes, I love talking to the children now.
Yes, we have them age 3 all the way up in their 20s. So, yeah.
Oh, itty bitties.
Yeah, we teach virtual ages 3 on up, all over. We have children in Texas, Maryland, Georgia. We even had a couple into Kuwait. I mean, so we had some African Americans in Kuwait, and we'll teach anybody. It doesn't matter what you are, what nationality you are, but we had some African Americans in Kuwait who were over there teaching, and they wanted their children to have our classes. So there you go. Yes.
Yes.
The Big Dreams Project. That's why we have the globe around our logo.
I like it. Look, I'll go. Look, because I was in the army too for like 14 years, and I was deployed to Iraq one time.
Oh my goodness. Did you go?
Yeah, yeah. You can't not go.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. But yeah, so
let me let you know you did my service too.
Okay. But yeah, I love traveling too. So yeah.
That's wonderful. God bless you, Jamilah, beautiful Cooper. I hope to talk to you again real soon. As soon as this film is completed, keep us in your prayers, and we'll do the same, and we'll be lifting up your music and your talent as much as we can. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Likewise. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, sister. Bye-bye.
Okay.
I'm going out on your song. Y'all go to YouTube. Beautiful. Jamilah, Jamilah Cooper. L-A-H Cooper. Jamilah Cooper. Beautiful. Enough on YouTube. Look for the 5th.